Hello and welcome to episode 33 of Beardychiel's Knitting Banter, Christmas Catch-Up Part 1. It's been ages since I last sat down and recorded properly, and I've missed every single one of you. So welcome back. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name's John Glenn, better known as Beardychiel, and I am the presenter of this particular vlog or podcast, whatever you want to call it. And you can find me as Beardychiel on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, here on YouTube, and I have a website which is www.beardychiel.uk. All of that information has been around the screen somewhere while I've been chatting. And if you'd like to keep up to date with my crazy knitting and crochet antics, then press the subscribe button. Liking the video does absolutely no harm, it would be great. Ask your friends to come and watch as well. I'd love to get my subscriber numbers up, and ring the bell to make sure you get notifications of any new videos that go up. That way you're not going to miss anything. So this is the first of my Christmas catch-up sessions. I said I was going to do these because I've basically had a 2-month break from podcasting, which is terrible. It's unforgivable, and there's been no reason for it other than the fact that I have been busy and lazy. Lots of time going into family events, lots of childminding, helping son and daughter both prepare for a panto. Excuse me, I'll just take a short time out there because my pad has just pinged and I don't know who's trying to contact me. In fact, I can tell you exactly who's contacting me because it is important. Yeah, it's Stavros Chastalis from the Rhodian Sun Hotel, because we've just finished finalising the prices for this year's Rhodes retreat. So that's wonderful news. So life in general, what have I been up to since I last saw you all? Well, there has been a pile of knitting. Yeah, there's been a pile of knitting, and I've had, what else have I had? I've had some knitting, and you know I have my childminding duties on a Monday and a Wednesday, and every second Friday now. Son has increased his sorry, look, I'm going to cover him up until the end of the recording, otherwise I'll get distracted. Son has increased his working hours to 5 mornings a week, which is absolutely wonderful. His life is coming on nicely. He's reflecting the needs of his employer. His employer's happy, he's happy, and he's just been told about a very, very positive change in contract terms, which he's delighted with. So everything from that point of view is looking good. Ruben has settled beautifully into his nursery routine, and when we get back in January, Leo's nursery time starts up. The winter weather has kicked in here in Caithness, and you can hear the wind howling around the conservatory. It's not very pleasant outside. It is Hogmanay, 31st of December, it's about 4 p.m. So that's fine. So I've been doing that. Alistair and Sarah both decided that they would go back to some amateur dramatic stuff that we used to do as a family. But in order for them to do that, that meant that Ian, Ruben and Leo had to be sent somewhere for babysitting for evening rehearsals and weekend rehearsals. And guess who? Janet and I did some, Carol and Graham, Alistair's in-laws did the other batch, and basically from the end of September through until just before Christmas, it was hectic. In the middle of all this, I have been skirting fleeces and sending it off to my fleece processor so that Caithness Croft yarns can continue to develop and grow for the next season. And there are batches away, and first batch from the autumn is due to come back next week, and that'll be some Aran weight and some 4-ply. I'm really looking forward to seeing it back. All I have to do is pay for it today. What else have I had to do? So that's looking good. I've been knitting. There are several finished objects. There are some works in progress, and we will get to all of those in part 2. Part 1, I'm going to start with the big events that I did. The first one, after Perth Festival of Yarn, which is my major event for the year, the one I absolutely love and I've been involved with since year 1. The atmosphere is just so phenomenally there, so phenomenally cheery. I love it, absolutely love it. I enjoy other festivals as well. I enjoy going to Edinburgh, it's great fun. But there's, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've had a closer involvement with the organisation of Perth for the first few years that I feel more invested there as an individual. But hey, that's fine. It's been fun. So I took a trip to Loch Ness Knitfest and had a lovely wander around, spoke to some wonderful vendors who I already knew, met a new vendor who, like me, is producing a Caithness yarn, Graham Bethune, lovely man, doesn't knit, but we had a nice chat about yarn, and while I was there he got a couple of questions he couldn't answer and requested a little bit of advice on shawl knitting for one of his customers, so I was happy to oblige. I know he's the competition, but there are enough knitters out there for every small producer to sell to some of them. Now, that was great fun, and there's footage of it. The sound quality is not great because the old microphone was on its way out after Perth, as you know. So some of the Loch Ness footage has got sound and some of it is voiceover. So enjoy what you can of it. It was great fun, and there's a wonderful interview at the end, which I am hoping when I edit this, an interview with Cecilia, who organises Loch Ness Knit Fest, which should be absolutely super. See you after that. Hi folks, Beardychiel has arrived at Loch Ness Knit Fest, and we're about to have a wonderful time wandering around filming. I've had a blather to Cecilia. I'll try and catch up with her again later for a quick interview, but I'm going to do a quick wander around the marketplace. I'm just going to extend this selfie stick and give it a swivel, let you have a look and see what the crowd's like. As you can see, it's relatively busy so far, and I'm going to go and have a wander and see what I can see. So, first thing we're seeing today is Alice Hammer, and there's some lovely yarn and some nice knits and some nice patterns. Now look at this, first ever show, my local competitor in Caithness Yarns.
This one is from my neighbour Magnus, it's a Beardychiel fleece. This one's also from my neighbour Magnus, it's a Shetland. They heard I was coming and they were like, but this stuff is the best. This is first year, it's like first year of Castle Murad North Country Cross. So this is probably a unique fleece in the country.
It sounds pretty unique.
Well, they're rare enough, and for them to be crossed like that, for them to be brown, for the first year, I can't imagine there's anybody else who's got these.
And they'll be, downy soft. Should be lovely.
But also the Castle Murad makes for a very, very soft staple.
How long's the staple on it?
For Casimo, it's quite short.
Just about 50 mil.
50 is about an average. You might get a little bit more, especially if they've managed to avoid being shorn the year before. But the lambs first year you tend to lose about half the fleece because it's about below 3. And it's just
that's understandable.
Blended with alpaca.
But I've got a pile at home at the moment which is Cheviot Cross Charolais.
Wow.
Which is feeling absolutely gorgeous. I've just washed and spun some by hand to see what it'll be like, and it's going off to the mill over the next couple of months.
Well, my Castle Milk 2018 clip is currently on the racks drying. It's so far it's been on the racks drying for 4 weeks, so can't get the damn stuff to dry in the rain that we've been having. And it's nearly ready to go now.
Oh, that's
I've
good.
got 10 fleeces coming from Kate Clark over over almost to Fraserburgh. She's either going to stop by tomorrow or else I'm back in Brest next weekend. I'll pick up then, and then it's going to the processor.
Well, one of my other Caithness friends was in and saw me the other day, and he has 300 fleeces for me.
You'll be there the rest of your lifetime doing that.
I won't be doing it by hand. I'll get a month by month rolling contract with a mill.
Which mill?
That's sensitive, but no, while we're recording, used when they're taking much. Right, look, Caithness yarns, some wonderful fleece that this man got to before I did this year. I'm incredibly jealous. But these are nice.
There's plenty of it.
These are nice.
And this is my single vintage, single yow sheep. And that's the yow.
Lovely, but I've kept it to specific crofts rather than specific beasts.
Oh yeah, this was just a special one.
Yeah, I can understand that. And the only reason I get into this was because people were burying or burning.
Single crop, and then also it's a larger, above the sort of single crop area, if you also like the French wine system, where you get single vineyard and then you get DLC.
Exactly.
It's like parishes, Latheran, Castleton, and then below more locality.
That's right, I know exactly what you mean. So it could be interesting.
What I'm going to focus on is number one, is the very high ethical standards of sheep raising.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a signatory to the Rare Breed Society's standards.
Super.
I take them as a minimum.
Okay, this way around the place.
I'm down the next side.
Okay.
Okay, see the wee violet?
Righty ho. Unique fibres. I like coming over here. It's always nice. Whether you're at Perth or here or anywhere else, it's always nice to see what you've got on the go. I'm not bad, yourself? Keeping well? I wasn't sure about coming down today, and Janet said, yeah, I want to go and see what's on the go. But we were thinking to have a rest because we've hit everything else this summer. It seems silly to miss one out, doesn't it? As always, your stuff looks wonderful. Next time. Folks, that was Unique Fibres. Now we're on to Loch Ness Spindle. I'm not stopping there because I'll be tempted to buy things. Tweed bags. I'll need to make sure Janet doesn't spot them. Oh. Sorry? It's great. I use it for podcast recording. I come to events like this and it's perfectly adequate. Picks up good sound and quite literally there's no weight in it. But I have a friend who's going to abseil off the Forth Rail Bridge tomorrow, has asked to borrow it this afternoon on his way from Caithness to Edinburgh, so I'm filming quickly so that I can nip out and hand it over to him. Although I'll be back shopping, I think. I think I should be. Hello. Not bad. Oh, hi, Trouble. Are you well?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad at all.
I hear that you're the guy that's asking Bev to make a sweater for men with the Vikings.
Yes.
Much bigger.
Yes.
Are you trying to break me? I'm our tech editor.
I offered to do that for her. It's not. Actually, we were speaking through the week about sizing, and she said, "Okay, you obviously design for this size regularly. How do you do your calculations? What do you decide? Do you have a standard set of charts you go through? How big is your net? Yeah." And the answer is 19.5 inches.
Right.
So no, she's been brilliant. She's hilarious to work with.
Yeah,
Just chatting away.
Giving you a hard time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're so kind. Oh, those are lovely. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh. Filming your yarn, I hope you don't mind.
That's right.
These are lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. You're a knitter?
I'm a knitter and a designer and a spinner.
Oh, excellent.
And that's... So what's that? Kid mohair and...
There's actually a number of different fibers in there. So,
Yes.
So this one is baby alpaca.
Baby alpaca, right?
Yeah, merino and bamboo. This one is, you're right, mohair. This is bamboo and merino. And this is merino wool with a little bit of tweed. And then there's a fifth one. Where is that at? Oh yeah, it's blue face Leicester.
These are super. Absolutely super.
Thank you. Thank you. And this up front is how they knit up. And those have three patterns. And then of course your hat. We make this so you can get this hat out of the small one.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh. Now look, here's trouble. Black Isle yarns. If I go in here, I'll end up spending money again. Kits and doings and jewellery and far too tempting. Hello, Helen. Ripples Crafts is always a nice one to visit. Let's go to Henny Penny Makes. Oh, came back for the filming part of my trip today. Are you having a good day so far? Wonderful. leave that in. I'm just having a quick wander today, and you're having a good weekend so
I'm
far.
having a very good weekend so far, yes.
Right, I'm going to go film
People
quickly.
here are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some lovely people.
really nice atmosphere.
It's just a
Super
nice
today.
atmosphere. And I like the music playing in the background as well. That's really good fun.
Good. I've let Janet loose for money, so I better go and see where she's escaped. I'm doing this quickly so that I can come and shop. See you later. Hi. Oh, temptation.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Hello. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. It's a horrible drive down this morning from Caithness. First of all, but now that we're here, it's going to improve. Because I'm going to film quick for the podcast, and then I'm going to dump the camera and I'm going to shop.
Very good. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, should be okay. Thank you. It's North Ronaldsay.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. And it's 10'7" long.
Wow.
And it has a hood knitted into it.
Excellent. Like it. Very good.
It's a pattern called the hooded bat,
Right.
which it's quite good fun to knit.
Yes.
You want to play?
I've not seen North Ronaldsay in colours. I've only ever seen like brown.
Well, you get a natural. You get the grey
Yeah.
and you get the brown.
Sorry.
And
just didn't answer.
there's a little woman who runs a place called the Wool Shed in Evie,
Right.
and she had a pile of brown that wasn't selling, so she asked a friend to over dye it
Yeah.
with reds, greens and
Yeah.
blues, and
Yeah.
it looks quite
does,
good
yeah,
fun.
It does.
It-
I
it's-
sometimes overdye Hebridean. This isn't my stall. I'm just.
I know Tanya, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
this is a new face.
Yeah, I often overdye Hebridean wool.
Yeah.
And if there's quite a lot of the white in it, it takes a nice dye actually.
It would.
But yeah.
But no, it's great fun. So it's
Yeah.
400 grams.
Yeah. Very warm.
Yeah,
Feel the warmth coming off that. Yeah.
yeah.
Now.
Great fun. Oh, sorry. You forget it's so long. I didn't intend it to be that long. That was an accident, but a lucky accident for me. Being a big fat guy with a big broad neck, it needs to wrap round. Hello!
How you doing?
I was thinking it wasn't yourself when I came to film the stall. Are you keeping well, dear?
I'm good, thank you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just getting some
Lunch.
sustenance, yeah.
Right, I'm going to run round, do some filming, and then I'm coming back for proper blethering. Always have a nice range of yarns to look at. not bad. Haven't seen you since Port Soy.
That's right, that's right.
Are
Did
you?
you Perth?
Yes, I had a
Okay.
super time.
Did you?
Yes. Ran a pop-up stall for an hour, then went off to teach classes on the first day and spent the second day filming for the podcast and shopping. Absolutely wonderful. Both days went so quickly.
Good.
And a good crowd. A really good crowd. I was surprised.
This is certainly better than I'm liking this better. The ice rink was frozen standing there last year.
I can understand that. It's an airier space as well.
Yeah. This is
I was saying that to Cecilia when we came in.
Yeah. This is a much better idea.
Yeah.
A lot lovelier.
Look, here's trouble.
How are you?
I am fine. How are you today?
I'm fantastic.
I've come to Inverness filming for a change.
Oh, what is it?
Instead of Perth or Port Soy or anything else that I get to. Sorry?
It's so long since I last saw you.
Yeah, it's almost a month. Almost a month.
Very quickly.
Ah,
So how are you?
absolutely fine. Rushing today because we're off back. Yeah, that's what they gave me when I came in.
Brilliant.
I said, do you mind if I film? I want to come down and do some filming. And I get a lovely email back saying there will be a pass waiting for you at the door, just come and get it.
That's really good.
And I thought, wow, okay. So I won't complain. How goes the crowdfunding?
Fantastic. It finishes tomorrow at midnight. So I'm so close to the end.
Oh, wonderful.
It's reached the second stretch goal. So
Good. And how goes the premises set up?
I am moving in on Monday. So I go directly from Lachlan straight down the road, get the keys to the shop, and then I've got 5 days to get everything set up and open next Saturday.
Wow.
I know, crazy.
In that case, I will dig out an email address for you because I'm sure I've got one at home. And there will be some Ravelry free pattern codes will come down from Beardychiel to say good luck
Thank you, that's really
for a
sweet.
giveaway on the first day. No, I did it for Bath because you need to encourage folk to come in, and
It's nice to have like we're having a wee launch party.
it's the sort of community thing. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to it. It's gone
that's fine.
crazy. But the last few weeks since I last saw you have
Yeah.
been literally non-stop. So
Well-
went to Yarndale as well in between, so it's just been
I saw that.
Yeah, and a friend's wedding. And I've not slept, hence the bags under the eyes. But it's really good.
I didn't notice the bags under the eyes.
Gonna make it.
When you get settled, if you want any unusual teaching from the far north,
Yes.
my brothers, my sister-in-law and family all live in Bearsden, so
So it's like
2 minutes up the road. So I'd be happy to pop down and come and do whatever you want.
Love to. So I want to have other people coming in. It's
Yeah.
like a community space. That's the whole point. Is that everybody will.
Yeah, no, if you think you can get a class filled, I'll come all the way down. Be delighted to.
What's your maximum number?
I will take up to 20.
Good to know.
Can do it.
So it's into 2 teams.
Yeah, no, I can do 20s. 25 years as a teacher, 20's easy.
You're saying 20 people at one time.
No, easy, easy. See you in a while.
Enjoy your
Am I going to stop for tweeds or wool with Pat and Sean? No, I'll just wave to them from the distance because I seem to bump into them every time. Oh, needle felting. Do I have time to start another craft? The answer is probably no. I should be sensible. Hello. Rusty ferret in there. And they're busy, so I'm not going to get in. Which is welcome. This is a new one that I haven't seen before. And it looks like fun. Oh no, this is Queen of Pearls, of course. I recognise this yarn. Can you hide, David? Get up here and say hello. Are you well, sir? I'll focus on the yarn until you get rid of your lunch. That's terrible.
Lunch.
How are you and how's the good lady wife?
50 calories per pint at least.
That's alright.
We're fine, thank you. Yourself?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Just working away as always.
You didn't fancy taking a stop here yourself?
I have run out of yarn. The next batch is going off to the mill this month.
Watermill?
Yeah.
I was talking to them earlier. Yeah.
So no, I've got stuff. 20 kilos going off to them this week. So that'll be fine.
When do you expect it back though? It's very busy.
The last time I sent them stuff, small batch, 3-week turnaround.
Really?
Because it's a small batch and I'm willing to be flexible, they just fit it in whenever they have a small space.
Right.
It suits me because I don't have the capacity to stand and skirt 50 kilos of fleece. I can do 2 or 3 kilos and then a break to the next day and spread it. So
I've done 2 fleeces at a time. But
aye. Lungs are still short. I don't have the capacity for that.
It's the space as well. I mean,
Our conservatory is the processing room
I
at
was
the
going to say
moment.
that. Greenhouse, This summer has been brilliant. So you just turn them outside.
Yeah. But absolutely super. And retirement is
Brilliant.
sitting well with you.
Absolutely.
I agree wholeheartedly. See you in a while. My daughter will be delighted because I picked up the last 2 skeins of yarn for her new skirt.
Wasn't happy.
Right, let's have a look, make sure it's the right 2 colours that I've got in there.
Yeah, it was a red and a black, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Well, that was the numbers anyway.
Yeah, that's the 2. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
It's a pleasure doing business with you long distance. How are you this weekend? And how was the holiday?
Holiday? Which holiday?
You had a short break of several days overseas, did you not?
I went to Poland on an enforced family visit.
It almost counts.
Well, there was an obscene amount of food going on there. This way the way Poland has suddenly become foodie paradise.
Wonderful.
Which is quite something. It's also, and on top of everything, it's become vegan paradise.
Wow.
Which is really surprising.
Which, from the Polish friends I have, doesn't sound normal.
No.
No.
Poland is a land of meat.
Yes.
No, they've gone vegan, they've gone veggie, they've gone interesting, they've gone fresh, they've gone...
Wow.
Yeah, no, generally I was running out of meal times to try everything. So I remember sitting in a square eating a kebab at about 11 in the morning going, I know I have lunch in a couple of hours, but I really want to try veggie kebab.
And you managed to get the shawl off of him eventually.
Yes, I have. Still, the leg.
Yeah. I've been watching it on Instagram, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. Oh, that's lovely.
It's so nice.
That's quite ethereal, isn't it? It's not.
I mean, the original handle is in 4-ply, but I wanted to do it in the lace, which is, easier.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I was surprised
super.
how fast it knitted up as well. So,
Yeah, what was it? 4mm or 4.5mm pins, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had to go on a hop once many years ago, 2.5, because this was before I realised that it doesn't have to be a dense fabric. I never finished it, and I remember that. I wasn't planning on finishing them for here, but it was like, oh, it's...
But I have to say, that plain
Yeah.
is lovely to knit with.
It's nice, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to switch this off.
Yeah. You filming me?
Yeah. Right, I'm back again, having stopped for a blether. Hi. You're responsible for this. Hello. other bits of the village around here. The knit and natter space and the stage space is quite cool. Highland Guild of Weavers, Spinners and Dyers. Wow. Same wheel. Yeah. Is that linen that you have on the go? Oh, wonderful. I've never actually seen someone spinning linen from a distaff. No? It's wonderful to watch. Sorry? Oh, wow. Super. Alright. Ah. Fascinating. And do you like the Ashford Traveller? I think it's a nice and easily portable, doesn't take up too much space in the sitting room or the conservatory. Although at the moment it's living in the conservatory. Sorry?
It's not just sitting out in the sun all the time.
It's actually alright because I'm a woodwork teacher by profession, so the wood's well conditioned.
Sorry.
No, I do allow for that because there's a 6-foot oak table that lives in the conservatory all the time, so it gets oiled once a month to stop it warping or drying out. So yeah, no, it's a pain. Sorry? I'm lucky if I spend 200-300 grams a year. No, it's only because I also design, I run retreats and I process commercially my own yarn. Wow, these are wonderful. Second Ashford Traveller I've seen today. Well, third if I count the one that's lying at home.
I had an old one which somebody in Yarndale asked whether I would sell it, and so I pondered a little and then sold it and got myself a new one, so that's about 10 days old.
Wow. I thought it looked a bit sparkly.
It's quite, isn't it? It's, especially, I don't spin like a beginner at home.
No, it looks nice.
It's, I've got 5 others at home. It's sort of Spin Illusion and the Kiwi, and then also an electric one which is perfect for holidays. And it's also,
I've never used an electric one.
they're actually, it's a bit weird in the beginning, but they actually spin quite beautifully. And the nice thing is I had it several times. I've just been to holiday in France. I'm going over to Berlin for shows, so I'm usually alone in the car with the dog. And then sometimes there's an accident where really nothing moves. It's so much easier instead of being annoyed to chuck the spinning wheel into the 12-volt outlet. That's literally, it's that size, you know, and you switch it, oh, it's moving. Stop. 100 meters. Stop.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Keeps you relaxed. You're not freaking out about why you're getting
I always have my knitting in the car just in case. Same thing.
Yeah. I can hardly recommend these wheels. They're literally that size. They've got big bobbins. It's pretty much the size of a bobbin plus the ground, so it's really.
That's alright.
And you can run it at home from a normal power outlet, but also from the 12-volt battery.
Super. Right, I'm going to go finish. I filmed for my podcast, so I hope you don't mind. The camera's been running. And
Fine.
the only thing I'm not seeing is a company name.
It's hanging. It's a ring.
Ah!
That's
Look at that. I'm going to make sure I don't miss that.
it's Floyd's the dog. It's my sheepdog.
Ah! super. Somewhere. There should be a pile of business cards.
Thank you.
So I spin, I podcast, I sell knitting retreats in Europe, in Rhodes, in the summer, in Rhodes, in May, so it's not too hot.
I was just thinking, how on earth does anybody want to be near anything?
First week in May, before it gets too hot, wonderful fun.
I was just thinking, I was at Fiber East, exhibiting at Fiber East inside the summer, and that was just before the weather broke for the thunderstorms. We had people peeling over there. People just go and thought you don't want to go near it.
Yeah,
Don't do anything too cool.
crazy. Right, see you soon.
See you soon. I keep in contact.
Yeah. Are you well, ladies?
Yes.
Haven't seen you for ages. In fact, not since Edinburgh. Who was in Edinburgh?
We weren't in Edinburgh this year, so I think last time I saw you was
That's right.
the first year.
No, Perth.
Oh, but I wasn't there. That would have been Hazel.
Hazel did Perth. Yeah, Hazel did Perth last year,
Yeah.
and then you were busy this year and you couldn't get to Perth.
That was when the conference was on. Yeah.
Well, I was so tempted by the conference. Now that I'm retired, I have time. And now that I'm producing yarn as well, I have time. So,
Are you well?
yes, absolutely. Enjoying retirement. Lots of time to knit, lots of time to podcast, lots of time to do design work. And I have unfortunately created a monster because my 8-year-old grandson went in and raided my stash the other day and came back to the sitting room with one of those and said, I want that turned into gloves, please.
Okay. That's very nice.
He knows what he likes.
I know.
I'm going to have to stop knitting things for him.
He has a teacher, knit.
Oh, he knits?
Oh, he does?
Yeah, intermittently and not well yet, but he does knit.
Okay.
Started a year ago. In fact, the youngest of the grandsons is 2, and he has his own knitting at home. Basically, I knit a little bit and then he messes it up, and then when he goes home, I knit a little bit. But yeah, no, they all think it's completely normal for boys to be sitting playing with knitting needles. It's wonderful. It's unusual to see you with a lull. You always have folks standing in the stall. Oh, where have they all gone today? Oh, I'm wondering where all the public have gone.
Watching the fashion show.
Oh, of course, yes. I watched last year's fashion show and thought, yeah, I could pass on that. Right, see you soon. I'll be back when I finish filming. I'm coming shopping. Hello. Hi Slim.
Oh, hi there.
I'm here at Inverness Knit Fest and I've escaped into one of the tutor rooms while it's empty with Cecilia Grieger, who organises this incredibly unusual event because it has live music, it has a fashion show. Some of the things that are happening in that main auditorium are quite wonderful.
I'm glad you think so.
It's gregariously wonderful. So I've had time this morning wandering around chatting to the vendors, as I like to do at these events.
Yeah.
I've had a 10-minute session teaching someone about shawl design, for the other guy from Caithness Yarns.
Amazing, yeah, he's great.
He's lovely.
Yeah. And it's his first show. He's taken the gamble, he's decided to come along and do it, and he's embracing it.
We're going to speak to one another when we both get back to Caithness, because
Excellent.
we've so much in common that it might... There are enough customers out there for two small businesses
Absolutely. So
in our area quite happily. So you're here, and this is the third year that Inverness Knit Fest has been with us.
Yep.
3 different incarnations.
Yeah, I think, absolutely different. I think that's the key word. First year, Eden Court Theatre, which I know you came along to, completely different venue to where we are now. Second year was the Ice Centre, and here we are at the Inverness Leisure Centre. The reason we keep changing venue is because we're listening to our attendee, we're listening to the audience. Every year we do a feedback form after the event. It goes straight out, and we're always saying our ears are open all the time. That's to attendees, to vendors, to teachers. We want to put on an event that people will come along and enjoy at every angle. So if we can change something within our power, we absolutely will. Eden Court was a great venue, but it wasn't big enough. And it didn't really have that warm feel that we've now embraced with our marketplace, as you said, having the music, having the main stage, the fashion show, all under one roof. For us, it's not about throwing the vendors in and just selling floor space. We want people to really come and enjoy their Highland experience. We're in the heart of the Highlands, so it's important when people come from all over the world, they leave with this memorable feeling. That was a really nice festival. We saw the local musicians, we talked to the vendors, we learned how to do something new in the crafting village. So it's the bigger picture for us. So it took us 3 years to get here, but I'm glad that we did it over the time we have, because it means that the people can see that we're listening.
And having been to all 3, I know that I feel a difference in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Eden Court was nice, but there were bits of it which felt quite impersonal.
Of course, it was quite
and it had booths, smaller booths, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. We had the booth last year as well, and then on listening to the vendors, it became apparent that actually they just need floor space because they're so used to going to these shows that they just build their own shop. Yeah. So if we don't need the booth, that's great for us. It means that we don't need that setup time. It means that we can get in with a blank canvas, and the vendors can then go and make that colourful wooliness of a room they've got down there today.
They have their own floor space and they create something.
They create something, and they're used to that. So if that's what they want, that's absolutely fine. Maybe we overthought that in year 1 and 2, but again, we listen and we change.
But then again, when you start, you have to look at the other events that are out there. And when you look at Edinburgh, of course, it's always boothed.
Yes, always
because
boothed,
of the nature of the building. But this venue with a really high ceiling, good overhead lighting.
Yeah, and that's key, is lighting as well, for the beautiful colours of yarn. People need to know what they're buying. So again, if we can help the vendors in any way with any extra lighting, we've been trying to do so. So from what
one of them commented that there are only 2 places that go where the lighting's that good.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And it's here in Perth.
Excellent, that's what we want to hear. Yeah,
that was good.
I mean, that's certainly been the feedback so far. Is like 90% is all positive. There's a couple of things, but do you know what? It's things that we can change for next year within this venue. It doesn't mean that we'll be on the move again.
Yeah.
So
I do like the fact that you can look across the venue and something catches your eye that you've missed as you were walking around, and you can walk straight back to it. You don't.
I know, I think that's the thing, and that's why we have this year, we did programmes for sale last year, and did it work, it didn't work, I don't know. So I thought this year it would be great just to have a programme that everybody gets, and then that way we've got the floor plan there, everyone can see in advance because we put it online, so people can know if they want to go and see Di Gilpin, they know where she is the minute they come in, and that leaves them the rest of the day to go and kind of look at the other wonderfulness that they've got there. So that was a bit of feedback we got this morning, was that they thought it was amazing. They could see where everyone was before the event, so they could make their shopping list, and then the afternoon was theirs to roam around.
I have to say, the general knitters I know who hit events like this all love to plan their shopping in advance.
And I think rightly so, because there's some beautiful yarns down there, so it must be very difficult for people. But then this is why I can understand why that yarn stash gets bigger and bigger every day for people.
And I did notice this year there's a reasonable selection of new designers' patterns available as well, which sometimes don't appear in some festivals, but there seems to be a nice balance at the moment. So when do you start again for next year?
Monday. Straight away that feedback form goes out, and we need to start listening to what people want for next year. So we'll start looking at features, we'll start talking about, you know, we're really heavy on Ravelry this year, which is a new thing for us. We realise there's a massive audience on there that we weren't touching.
Between, was it 7 million?
Yeah,
worldwide?
I think it's over that, yeah. So I think it's an amazing platform to be on, but we're perhaps not the right people, being the event organisers, to be on there. So we've actually recruited another member of the team, Jo.
I know, she's been in touch.
Jo, yeah, so she does our Ravelry for us. She's amazing. She's in the marketplace handing out free Ravelry badges today. So it's all the little finishing touches. So we just want to reach even more people. So, you know, who knows, in 3-4 years time we might be at the 5,000 mark, because we've hit 2,000 in year 3. So
wonderful.
We're absolutely delighted. So
it's good when something grows and is successful, especially in the Highlands, because we have to fight so much to attract people into the area. Do you think things like the NC 500 will have an effect long term on things like Knitfest?
I think so. I mean, we're registered on the website as one of their events. They've been in touch with us. They're here this weekend to see what it's all about. But I think for any organisation promoting the Highlands, we always encourage them to come and see what exactly we have to offer, because to a non-knitter or to somebody who doesn't look at yarn to buy, they don't understand how amazing this type of event can be for the area.
Yeah.
So it's been great to work with the Highland Council this year and HIE, all these different organisations, because suddenly they're getting it, because they realise people are coming and they want to spend time here, so we need to focus on, let's get them here, let's make it a really good trip for them. So
listen, thanks for taking time out of a really busy day to chat to me.
Thank you for stopping me.
And I'm going to switch this camera off and go and have some lunch.
Thank you.
Well, did you enjoy your trip to Loch Ness Knitfest? I did. It was absolutely wonderful fun. And it came and went at the beginning of October. And I thought, right, I better edit this film. And of course we get caught up in the school holidays in October. Sarah was at work, Ian was in and out, the boys were in and out as nursery was off and Ali was at work. So that 2 weeks just flew by. It's amazing how fast the time goes. And all of a sudden it was open weekend at King Craig Fabrics in Brora. Now if you look back, one of the videos all back maybe 18 months ago, there was a King Craig open weekend video, and I missed last year's because I was away. I can't remember where I was, but I think I was south for something. Anyway, here we go. We're back for this one. So Janet, myself and Ian took a trip to Brora to wander around King Craig Fabrics shop, the shop basement, and the warehouse, all of which was absolutely amazing fun. There were, of course, some stash acquisitions, as there was at Loch Ness Knitfest. I have to say the Loch Ness Knitfest ones were from Dye Ninja and Henny Penny Makes, and I thoroughly enjoyed picking them up. Oh, and there was one more. I picked up an entire pack of possum and merino from one vendor who has decided to retire their vending business, and they were selling off their entire stock. So 100 gram balls, 10 in a pack, £2 per ball. It was too good to miss, and I'll show you some of that later. So yeah, absolutely super. As I say, some stash acquisition at King Craig and at Brora. And because I don't want these videos to be too long, I'm going to stop rambling and stick you straight into the wander around King Craig. It's not incredibly long, but the stock that man carries is wonderful. See you in a minute or two.
Wait, so it's
King Craig Fabrics.
1, 2, 3. We're in King Craig Fabrics in Brora.
King Craig.
I can't say it.
Try it again.
We're in King Craig Fabrics.
Cut. 3, 2, 1. Cue Ian.
We're in King Craig Fabrics
In
Brora.
because it's open day at the warehouse.
Because it's open day at the warehouse. I just can't say it.
And I'm going to look at wool, and Ian is going to do the filming.
Yes, I am.
Right? Camera's all yours, boy. Make sure that you can keep an eye on
And
me.
everyone knows I'm bad with the camera.
Oh, wait a minute. That's just said the battery's flat. Fressing.
And we're gonna see you in about an hour.
No, we're not. We're going to
Bye.
see it in about 5 seconds.
She did it. She loved it.
3, 2, 1. Where are we, Ian?
We're in King Craig Fabrics in Brora because my granda has wool infested in his head. Okay, let's go.
You're going to film and I'll wander?
Yes.
Okay.
So, now,
On me, please.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. Beardychiel's come to Brora. Take my hat off and leave it behind.
yes. Oh, what's that? Yes, he has not had a haircut.
No, I've not had a haircut or a beard trim. I need my beard for December for red suit duties.
Yes, he does.
Now.
He's Santa.
Oh, what do we want? I'm just looking at this. It says cashmere and cotton.
Okay.
And it feels absolutely wonderful. Point it at the hand. It's pointed at the hand. And it's it feels absolutely amazing. And I think it's on the website. Check with Sean and Pat later. Should be good. What? It's okay if that bit goes off. Just touch it and it'll come back on.
Okay, and I've counted about 9 doors here. Yep. One is over here. 2 is behind
We're
us.
here to look at yarn and fabric, not doors.
Yeah, but there's so many doors. I counted down 3 and no, it's just small. And you will go.
Now we're looking here at an incredible selection of colours and weights of yarn, and I am absolutely blown away, as always when I come into this warehouse, at just the range they have available. And you'll be able to get 99% of it on the website, and some of it will probably still be waiting to be listed. Oh, there's some lovely slubs in that. But there's some lovely new yarn in at the moment, which Sean has just shown me, and it is all sort of mixes of denim blue and other colours, which is absolutely superb. We'll be looking in here, because in here there are loads of mini cones and ends of cones and all sorts of things which could quite happily come together to make up a range of, whoa,
There's inside
Yeah.
the box for you.
bit further away from the box, you're a bit close.
Yeah.
Yeah. A trick to do that, Ian, is to tilt the camera and let everybody see.
So yeah, that's what's in the box.
Yeah, and there could be a nice new collaborative project between King Craig and Beardychiel.
Just shrinking,
about
yeah.
to appear in the near future.
Yeah, I'm just shrinking, yeah. It
Well,
might be.
you're shrinking me down.
Yeah, it might just be a little shaky, so don't worry.
Right, you'll be fine, leave it there.
Okay, I'm just leaving it here.
Oh, no.
Wool.
Yeah.
Wool.
Some of these art yarn, sort of crepey and sparklies, are hilariously good fun. They look as if they would be wonderful fun.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, look at the size of that wool up
I
there,
mean,
the
look at
brown
this
one.
slubby neon green. That could be absolutely fun.
And a look in the basket.
Yeah, and I looked down the way as well. They've got some stuff pre-wound there, which looks good. Some of these self-colours. Oh, and there's some of the chenille range, which looks absolutely super. Those feel lovely, but it's not something I'm needing to be working with at the moment. Heathery blues. Oh, dearie me.
Look inside of it.
Oh, lots of lovely sort of sandy colours. And oh, wow.
Look how much wool there is.
Now that
So much wool. So much
is a
wool.
nice vibrant red.
Oh, red.
Uh-huh. This is a lamb's wool and acrylic blend. Gorgeous.
Now, Granda, are you going to adventure what I film?
I am. Oh, Supreme Lamb's Wool. Now that is a gorgeous lamb's wool. It's a bit of fingering
So
weight.
there's a bit of a string of it. There's a string.
There's a strand of it. It's a
Strand,
nice
string.
colour.
Say words.
So incredibly tempted with some of these. What have we got in this one? 50% lamb's wool, 50% kids mohair. Kid
And if
mohair,
you
and it's a
see-
lace weight.
The
Wow.
cone is green, boys and girls. That's learning for ABCs.
Oh, this one's nice.
This is how far we've came.
Yeah, we've come
Remember
quite
that
a distance.
place? Yeah, I showed you the basket. Now we're coming along to over here.
This is almost a. This looks like a lace weight.
Now you don't know. Whoop.
Oh. Oh heavens! Loads and loads and loads.
And you see my hand? Now you don't. Yeah. My hand. Yeah. You saw it, no you didn't. I'm just tapping the screen because it's going black and I can't see it.
Well, that's okay.
I need to see it.
Let's have the camera for a
So-
second.
Granda's gonna take it and I'm gonna-
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look here. Now that blue looks absolutely gorgeous. And it is such a temptation to just get lost in here looking at the different yarns.
There's so much wool here.
I know.
I'm only on the first bit.
This lot are all on the go. Thank you, darling. You have confidence in me because I'm at home all day.
Hey, Granda.
Oh, you're going to film this
I am
bit.
going to show.
These are the new denim range that have just come in,
yeah.
and they are really, really nice.
And if you look, you can see that they're amazing.
They are
Amazing as
amazing.
can be.
I love the
Oh.
range of colours.
What's that, Bruce? Yes! He does have a jumper on.
Yes, I've got on my squares and wedges jumper, which is made of bits of scrap yarn, and it's a wool and cotton mix, and it's lovely and comfy, and it has short sleeves
Just grab
because I
you
normally have my sleeves rolled up.
and put you down. And look at this wool! So much for adventure.
You know, I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this because you're blethering so much, boy.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, I'll shut up one day. I'll shut up one day.
yeah.
One day.
As soon as you go back to school, I'll be delighted. Have you filmed your granny? 'Cause she doesn't do video.
No, I haven't.
Well,
Just cut out every
you'll be
bit.
disowned. Press the button on top. I think we've finished our walk around.
And,
Bye bye.
but what about that?
What about what?
This bit. We've not been in that
We
bit.
have been down that. That's the first one we walked down. Go on,
No.
have another walk down and look.
And remember this one? Yeah, it was nice. Now,
How about that? Is that bright enough for you, Ian?
1 minute, I'm going to show them what's in. Is that about?
You might not. There might not be anything. It might just be a closed
Yeah.
box because the lids are closed on the boxes.
Yeah, you might not even see anything. And viewers, I know you've. I can't say anything. Just bye.
We're back. Well, that was my quick trip round King Craig Fabrics. So by the time I've thrown that lot together, there goes 10 or 15 minutes of leather, 10 or 15 minutes of time. Now I know that when these things are getting to the 1 to 2 hour stage, some of you will sit and persevere through them, but it is awfully long. So that it doesn't get too long, I've decided to break this into smaller, slightly more manageable parts. So what else I'm going to tell you? I'll tell you that there's WIP's finished objects and plans for 2019 in part 2. Part 3 is entirely the roads launch for 2019. So I'm going to save that because you've got tutors to catch up with. Individual class details we will feature on the website. What else am I going to tell you? That's it for part 1 actually. So have a wee break, have a cup of coffee, or make a fresh cup of coffee. You can always come back and go straight into part 2. But believe me, it feels strange having done part 1 and not having had any knitting in my hands. Although I've got it all sitting here ready because I'm filming part 1, part 2 and part 3 all one straight after the other, and then doing some editing. So, there is one other thing. It'll appear in part 1 and part 2 and part 3, and that is Beardychiel's Christmas and New Year giveaway. And I'll give you details of that right now. I've decided that I can't let the changing of the year pass without doing something to look forward to the spring. As you can see, it's horrid and grey outside. So I decided I would give away a skein of yarn and give away one of Beardychiel's new products, the Beardychiel needle gauge. Now this became available a couple of weeks ago on the website, but this is the first time I've promoted it like this. So Beardychiel's needle gauge is now available on the website. They're £7. They are hand finished by me with orange oil and a little bit of wax, and they're sanded by me, so they have a lovely satin feel, a lovely satin finish. Some of these things that come, it's the old woodwork teacher in me, I don't like them coming straight off the machine, having a quick sand and being sold. I think they need something more. So the wood needs love. So not only have I hand finished the sanding work that I wanted, but they've had 2 or 3 coats of orange oil based preservative or wax, and then a very light wax finish to give it a sort of satin sheen. So that's one part. That's the second prize. The first prize is this. It's 100% BFL. It's called Sundrops. It's described as poppy soft 100% BFL, spun and processed in the UK, 4-ply, 100 grams, 400 metres, and it's from Ovis Yarns. Now I bought this and put it in my stash, and I thought, I know what I'm going to do with it, I know what I'm going to do with it, I know what I'm going to do with it. But when I went looking for something for today, for the giveaway, for Christmas and New Year, it was so summer. It just screamed sunshine and sunlight and summer. I thought that's the perfect yarn for the giveaway. So I've decided I'm not going to knit with it, I'm going to give it away. How do you get them? It's really simple. You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I'm hoping most of you have done. But you also have to be a follower on Instagram and on Facebook. So Beardychiel Designs on Facebook and Beardychiel on Instagram, and if you are a follower on all 3, you can drop me a message on Instagram, just a private message saying count me in, and I will count you in for the draw. And the draw will be made, well, competition will close at 23:59 hours, 1 minute to midnight on Friday the 4th of January. So get your messages in by Friday the 4th of January. I will put this on Instagram tonight, so that you've got from Hugmanay through Nerdy right through. It's the Scot, isn't it? New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We talk about New Year's Eve, we talk about New Year's Day, but we talk about New Year. We don't have that plural here the way they have on the other side of the Atlantic. We don't talk about New Year's as an item on its own. But more locally, or more colloquially, we talk about Hugmanay, which is the 31st of December, and Nerdy, which is New Year's Day. A massive part of Scots culture. and I'm quite looking forward to tonight. We are celebrating the transition from Hogmanay to Nerdy with some family time. We're all gathering at Alistair's, and we're going to bring in the bells, as we would describe it in Scotland, as a family, and I'm looking forward to that. So, to the rest of you, have fun, keep happy, keep healthy, keep knitting, cheerio.